Okay, peoples, let's do an electrical plan this week, and we're going to do kind of a mix of both BIM modeling and 2D drafting. Okay, because if you're going to do true BIM modeling, then you're going to do, you know, the whole lights and receptacles and switches and wiring and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to look at it from an architectural standpoint, and we're going to put in the BIM model lights, and then everything else will just be 2D drafting, basically. It's some of it's still 3D, but it's more like drafting. And I'll show you when we start putting in some of these things what the difference would be. So we want to make a new plan, a new floor plan, and we want to duplicate our first floor. And we're going to come over here. Come on, and I want to rename it electrical. All right, and over in my, let me, looking at my notes here, we duplicated that. We're going to make some changes over here, make it a 1/4 inch plan. Discipline, we may have to flip back and forth between coordination and electrical, but we're going to go with electrical to start with and apply that. That grays out all of our walls. Gets rid of all those notes and dimensions, those pesky things, that we don't really want. Okay, and was there something else I needed to see here? Not for right now. Okay, if you have a template applied, we want to change that back to none. Okay. Now then, let's set our view range, and we're going to go top of wall for the top because we've got that sloped ceiling that we've got to be able to pick that up. And so I'm going to make that 4 feet. I'm going to leave it at 6 inches. Okay. My cut plane, I can leave it. I'm going to make that 4'6", so it'll be above the wall switches. Bottom can stay at 0. Okay. And now, since we pop this over our discipline over here to electrical, there should not be any duct work. Well, we got some showing up right there. Oh, put them in the video thing. So let's go to visibility graphics. And I'm going to turn on mechanical and turn off architectural. And I'm going to go select all. And I'm going to unclick all of them and go back to none. Let me see how that works. Oh, it got rid of my detail items. So let me turn my detail items back on. There was something else, generic models maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to leave those turned on. Lines. And let's see, I want to come down here to, oh, they're not showing up. All right, so that's got those things taken care of. Floors, now that was just mechanical. Okay, now I'm going to turn my architecture back on. And of course, there's a bunch of things in here that I can turn off. I got no curtain walls in here. Door stuck. The electrical should be turned on there. Entourage. I don't want no stinking entourage. Okay, for floors, I want to hide my surface patterns. Got no parking inside, no planting. No roads. Roofs, got no roofs. No shaft openings, no site. No topography. Okay, those things. Now I want to go back to my plumbing fixtures. And I'm going to make plumbing fixtures. I'm going to come over here and check on halftone. Apply that. And that grays out my bathtub and my sinks. Okay, so they're just kind of in the background. And that's what I want. Now, let me check one thing here. Because we need room tags. Okay, they did not copy over. So we'll want to tag, and I'll show you my finished plan right here. So you want to tag the rooms using the same room tag families that we had before. And we just want to hit the major rooms, okay? We don't need, the closets and the hallway tagged, okay? But just tag your major rooms. Okay, and we want to make sure that that attic access is showing if that thing got turned off in visibility and graphics. So the closet shelving is maybe okay. Let me go back and look. Yeah, closet shelving would be okay, but definitely want to make sure the attic access is shown. All right, now we're going to place some lights. So in doing that, we're going to go to our reflected ceiling plan for the first floor. Okay, and all we're going to do is we're going to use this to place our lights. Okay, and I'll give you the finished drawing so you'll see what they look like. But we're going to bring in some light families. So we're going to go Systems, Lighting Fixtures, and yes, we want to load some. And so let's go to Lighting. I had architectural on my notes here, internal. And the first one, I want to bring in this ceiling light flat round. That's what I want to bring in first. Okay, and you look at it, there's options here for the wattage and the voltage. Everything we're doing is 120 volt, so I'm just going to stick with that. And the elevation right now is set at 8 feet, but when we go to put it in, it's going to snap. It should snap to the ceiling. All right, and trying to think where these goes. I'm pretty sure there's one here. I'm just going to pop a couple of them in here for you to see. Okay, so there it is in my reflected ceiling plan looking up. If I go to my electrical plan, there it is in my electrical plan. All right, and I'm going to pull that section through there. And so here is the light itself. And you can see it's attached to the gypboard ceiling, which is this right here. Okay, so let's go back and look at this plan. So we've got surface mounted lights here in the hallway and in the foyer. The kitchen gets mostly recessed can lights. I got surface mounted lights in the garage here. Okay. Recessed can lights in the kitchen and the two porches, and I put ceiling fans in the 3 bedrooms. All right, so let's go back to the reflected ceiling plan, and we'll bring in the recessed can lights. So we're going to go recessed round. Yeah, that's what I want, recessed round. And I'm pretty sure just a 4-inch trimmed downlight is what I brought in previously. And what you want to do? Hang on just 1 minute. Downlight recessed can. Okay, so that was the wrong family that I loaded. Let's go back. Sorry. Ceiling plan, systems, light fixture, load family, recessed. Downlight recessed can. That's what I wanted right there. Sorry about that mistake. Okay. And now this is going into a ceiling, and you can't see your cabinets here, so you just have to know that you need, like one, two, three, four, I think 5 lights in here, 4 lights. So place you some lights. And I didn't even think to look at the options on that. Okay, so there's not a choice on where to place them out. All right, so place a number of them in there and then go back to your floor plan, and then you can see them to, get them in the right location that you want. Now then, let's go to our section view and we'll look at. So here's what they look like right here. Okay, and if I do not crop my view, there's what it looks like going up into the ceiling. But it's popped right there onto the front of the ceiling. Okay. Now I'm giving you a couple of the fixture. I'm giving you the chandelier and the ceiling fans. So let me go to where I've got those saved at. The 3-light chandelier edited. Well, you're going to need all of these things here. So I'm going to go ahead and import them in. I noticed my ceiling fan was not in there, so I'll have to move that over. I'll have to copy it. All right, so let's go to this, the 3-light chandelier. Okay, and you see the options up here. So I'm going to go place on face and put it in my dining room area. Now this is kind of an interesting light fixture. I found it on Revit City, and then I downloaded it, but I had to edit it to get it to work right. And one of the issues with it is we have a sloped ceiling, so anything that hangs from it is going to be perpendicular to the ceiling. But this one had a it could be edited for an angle, and depending upon how you put it in. So I said a negative 4-inch slope, and it makes it vertical. Oh, isn't that sweet? It's not the best family in the world, but I found it. I just had to do a little editing to it to make it work. All right, so there's my chandelier. There was bath fans that was in there, so let's go back. The exhaust fans, and go with either of these two here, full speed fans. And you need to be in your reflected ceiling plan, but you want to go place on face. And now you can see it, it pops up and you can see it there. Okay, now you're going to have two of those, one in each bathroom. So let me pull my section view back down. We've had an issue with these in the past in that they wanted to go in upside down for some reason. But I think if you use that option, place on face, and attach it to your chipboard ceiling, it'll go in just like that. Okay, and let's give us some color here. All right, and so the trim on the bottom of it should attach right to the bottom of your chipboard ceiling. Okay, so that was a bath fan. There's wall lights in the bathroom, and let me go back to my library and I'll show you where those are. Lighting, architecture, internal, and I used a sconce. I have to look at my notes and see. Sconce wall cosmetic. And that is not. Oh, there it is right there. Sconce lamp cosmetic LED. I think that's it. So let's pull that in. And I'm going to go place on vertical face. And of course, you're going to have two of them. Okay. And now let's pull our section view down. Okay, but as you can see, it's not attached to the chipboard. Let me adjust my section here. Oh, wait. Wrong wall. Okay, so I need a section looking the other way. But anyway, let's see, where is this one? Let's pull it here. So I want to pick a new host for it. That got it attached to the wall, and then I want to set my height on it and get it centered over the sink. And let me look back at my finished plan. I have it set at 6'6". Okay. So yeah, set it at 6'6", get it centered over the sinks. The bath fans here were centered over the toilets. That will work. And let's see. Out here in the front, I'm giving you the those exterior coach lights. Oh, you got to be in an elevation view to put them in. Sorry. Okay, so you put one on either side. They pop to the inside. Okay, so we'll have to. It did it to me like that last time. and I'm not real sure why it did that. But these came off of Revit City, so that could have something to do with it. Okay, so you'll put both of those coach lights in, adjust the height, and adjust the left to right so they're centered between the trim boards would work. Okay, and the ceiling fans, um, I'll hit those in the next video.